Hey guys, today's video I'll be covering the first officially named tropical cyclone that has formed in the Western Hemisphere this year in 2021. Tropical Storm Andres that has just been named earlier this morning around 6-7 a.m. By the National Hurricane Center. It currently has sustained winds at 40 miles per hour with a pressure at 1,005 millibars, and it's moving to the northwest at 6 miles per hour. So it's a pretty slow movement, to be honest, when you think about it. But it's still chugging along there. But let's click on it and see, why is this not showing up? That's weird. Where is the? Oh, here we go. It's weird. It took a little while to load in. That was very strange. Anyway, here's the most up to date, most recent cone forecast from the National Hurricane Center for Tropical Storm Andres. And it's forecast to stay as a tropical storm up until around tomorrow evening or so, around 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. It'll go back to be downgraded probably to around a tropical depression by around that time. And then pretty soon afterwards, going into tomorrow night into Tuesday, it will become a post-tropical system and dissipate going towards the middle to latter part of this upcoming week. But good thing is about this storm, honestly, the best thing about this storm, in fact, is that it's not going to impact any land. It's not going to potentially harm anyone or destroy any populated areas. So, this is kind of like one of the best things about the Eastern Pacific tropical cyclone seasons each year is that a lot of them generally stay out to sea, even if they become pretty strong. A lot of them do stay out to sea. Of course, there are some that do curve into Mexico and Central America, and even some, more rare, but even some that curve farther north and go farther north and potentially impact Hawaii. So, it's not always the case that they stay out to sea, but a majority of which do stay out to sea. So this is good. And in fact, this is really interesting. Tropical Storm Andres is the record earliest named storm ever in the Eastern Pacific on record, forming just one day earlier than the previous record. That was when was that? That was back in, oh Lord, when was that? Let's look. Geez. 2021 Pacific. It was recent, I'm pretty sure. A recent, one of those recent records that was just broken this year. Let's see. It's, oh, here. Tropical Storm Adrian in 2017. It formed, let's see, it says by 12 hours. It beat the previous record by 12 whole hours. Wow, that's truly amazing. Yeah, it's the earliest named storm in the East Pacific proper, east of 140 degrees west on record in the satellite era. That's truly something right there. So yeah, it's formed. What is today? The May 9th. So it formed a solid 6 days prior to the official start of the East Pacific hurricane season, which starts on May 15th. And May 15th as well, this Saturday, is when the National Hurricane Center will also start issuing their regular tropical weather outlooks for the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season as well. So that's quite interesting. But the official start of the Atlantic hurricane season, it's kind of weird, but the official start of the Atlantic hurricane season is still June 1st, so it's somewhat deceiving. Yeah, they kept it June 1st, but they're still going to issue regular tropical weather outlooks 2 weeks prior to that, which is quite interesting. And that's really mainly due to the fact that the Atlantic has seen a huge uptick in early named systems over the past 5 to 6 years. And we'll see if it continues this year. No tropical cyclones are yet being that consistent to the models in the Atlantic currently, but that could change. We'll just have to see. Let's look at the models now and show you what the GFS, Canadian, and European models are showing for the progression of Tropical Storm Andres from this point onward into this week. You can see this GFS model. I'm showing you the GFS model right now. The GFS model keeps it pretty weak and dissipates it pretty much by Tuesday into Wednesday, so a whole pretty much day or two earlier than what the current National Hurricane Center track shows it dissipating. Yeah, it's going to be pretty much in and out pretty quickly. Let's show you the Canadian model now, and you can see Canadian model also has it pretty weak, and then it dissipates after about Tuesday, and especially definitely once we get into Wednesday, it's definitely fully dissipated by that point. Now let's show you the European model. And there it is. There's that vorticity, that spin associated with Tropical Storm Andres. And you see we move this forward, and the European model makes it pretty much dissipate entirely by Thursday even. So it actually keeps Tropical Storm Andres kind of alive, you could say, quote unquote, for an extra day or so, rather than what the GFS and Canadian models are showing. So it's pretty exciting stuff. We'll continue to track it with you guys going into the next few days, for however much longer it will stay tropical, or it's whatever amount of time left its life is. I'll continue to track it with you guys, and of course, getting towards the end of this upcoming week, getting to this upcoming weekend, Saturday marks the first official day that the National Hurricane Center will start issuing regular tropical weather outlooks for the Atlantic. So that's very exciting. Let's in fact look at the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season according to Wikipedia. You can see first name in the Atlantic for this year is Ana. So whenever that first named storm occurs in the Atlantic and it becomes a tropical storm, it will be named Ana, and then the second name is Bill, then Claudette, then Danny, then Elsa, then Fred, then Grace. I want to take note here. The name list that we're using this year for the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season is the same list that they used back in the 1991 Atlantic hurricane season. That's pretty notable because, well, we had Grace occur along with the perfect storm. In fact, the perfect storm absorbed Grace's remnants, which made the storm, in fact, a good bit stronger and created one of the most interesting and meteorologically fascinating systems ever, to be honest, especially in the Atlantic. So that's quite interesting to take note of. But in any case, this will be very interesting. Of course, actually, we also had Hurricane Bill, I believe, back in 1991, which was also notable. Let's check that out. Atlantic hurricane season. It was Bob. Bob was replaced with Bill. Sorry. Correction there on my part. Hurricane Bob, it was replaced with Bill, I believe. Let me just make sure of this. Let's see. Retirement. Let's see. Well, we retired the name Bob, and he replaced the name with Bill for the 1997 season. And, well, ever since the 1991 season, they replaced Bob with Bill. Bill has never been that notable of a storm, and so it was never retired since then. So, very, very interesting. We'll have to see what happens with Bill this year. That's very, very interesting stuff right there. But Tropical Storm Andres, the record earliest named storm formation in the East Pacific on record, beating Tropical Storm Adrian by 12 hours. That formed back in 2017. So very, very interesting. 2021's tropical seasons are already breaking records here in the Western Hemisphere. Pretty crazy, especially taking note of the fact that we just went through 2020, especially in the Atlantic, with the Atlantic having its record most amount of activity ever on record beating 2005. So, seems like it's not even kind of catching a break here in the Western Hemisphere, whether it's the Eastern Pacific or Atlantic. So, pretty crazy stuff. We'll see what the Atlantic is like this year. That'll be very, very interesting. And again, we'll see when the Atlantic starts to get more active and starts to produce its own tropical cyclones, whenever that'll start. So, we'll continue to track this over the next few days until it dissipates, and we'll, of course, keep our eyes out to see when or if the Atlantic will start producing tropical cyclones, whenever that will be. So, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you found it informative, interesting, any of that stuff. If you did, please consider liking the video down below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you are subscribed to my channel, please make sure those bell notifications are on for my channel so you get future updates for this storm and of any other tropical system I'm tracking throughout the rest of this summer, throughout the rest of the hurricane season here in the Atlantic or even East Pacific sometimes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video as well. Comment down below what you guys think about this system, anything that interests you about the system whatsoever, and anything you're excited for this for the tropical seasons to start here in the Atlantic and East Pacific, and what you guys think about it. So again, hopefully you guys really enjoyed this video. Again, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and comment down below. Let's have a nice lively discussion down there in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.